Itachi is a compelling character and one of the most popular in the Naruto fandom. Most people love the guy. Myself included, Itachi is very well written and his plot twist midway through Naruto Shippuden is one of the most shocking revelations in the shonen genre. But there is one decision Kishimoto made about Itachi that kind of infuriates me. It's something that seems small, but it just ruins things and makes the story less engaging and heavy for Itachi. This is the man who had to kill his entire family, the Uchiha clan, because of very bad circumstances and a string of poor decisions that were taken ever since the Leaf Village was founded. The day Itachi had to kill the Uchiha clan was one of the worst days in the history of the village, and you can only imagine what it was like for Itachi, killing his parents in cold blood, knowing that your entire family will essentially go extinct, and knowing that you were the cause of it. Well, at least the direct cause of it. You could argue that the Leaf Village and the Shinobi system were the more prominent and systemic causes, but Itachi was the one who dealt the finishing blow against the Uchiha clan. He carries that for the rest of his life. Everyone believes Itachi is one of the worst criminals the world has ever seen, and still he remains strong and keeps on working for the Leaf Village, spying on the Akatsuki and also making sure his brother will be safe. And when we learn this one guy was strong enough to kill his entire clan, the Uchiha clan none other, which was the most powerful clan we'd had ever known. Every single Uchiha ninja seems to be extremely talented, so we only assumed this clan was one of the strongest out there. Then, well, this character felt different. Not only was he cold enough to destroy his entire family, but he was also powerful enough to fight against the entire clan and destroy them all. It's one of those legendary feats that people really talk about in universe, and that sends ripples and affects the entire story and many characters. Sasuke, the second most important character in the series, was defined by the moment Itachi massacred the Uchiha clan. And one would believe that Itachi's decision to go ahead and side with the Leaf Village was the most important decision in the character's life, and they would be right. I mean, there's no way to go around it. It's just such a heavy decision, and what you have to go through is just absolutely traumatic. We see that when Sasuke remembers a little bit better what happened, Itachi was actually crying when he was looking at Sasuke. This really conveys the weight and just the darkness of that decision and of Itachi's character. But what if I told you Kishimoto diminished this decision and this event in Naruto Shippuden quite substantially, might I add. This event that defined Itachi's life was retconned, and not in a very good way. Now, maybe it wasn't a retcon, maybe Kishimoto thought about it all along, but even still, the revelation about what actually happened in the day of the massacre diminishes Itachi's participation in it. And it also diminishes the weight the character carries for the rest of his life, which is not a good thing. When Itachi and Sasuke fight in Naruto Shippuden, we actually get a lot of new information about the Uchiha clan and about the massacre itself. Itachi tells Sasuke that there is another Uchiha lying around somewhere else. His quote-unquote mentor, which is Madara Uchiha as far as Itachi knows. Of course, it's actually Obito/Tobi, but Itachi believes it's Madara, and for good reason. The guy was powerful. And then Sasuke comes to a conclusion. He says, I knew, not even you would be powerful enough to take on the police of the Leaf Village by yourself, implying that Obito/Madara/Tobi helped Itachi in the Uchiha Clan Massacre. Later on, we get to see the flashback where this happens. Itachi comes to Obito when he had that long hair and asks his help to destroy the Uchiha Clan. Because Itachi thought Madara was actually Madara there, he said, "You hate the Uchiha Clan clan. Let's kill the Uchiha clan together so you can exact your revenge against him. And in exchange, you will not touch the Leaf Village. Does that sound reasonable? And Obito agreed, which means Itachi was not the only person responsible for the death of the Uchiha clan. And this takes away so much of the weight of that day. Now, it doesn't take away everything because, of course, Itachi still went ahead and killed his parents, which realistically speaking were the two most psychologically damaging characters Itachi had to take care of. Of course, he didn't kill Sasuke. That one would have been much worse should he, try to kill Sasuke that day. But there's just something profound about one person being what caused the death of the clan, and this one person would carry the weight by himself. When Obito is thrown into the mix, it's as though Itachi shares the blame. Now, of course, Itachi is the only person that knows about Obito being involved there, but still, for him, he knows Obito was there and helped him out. Now, this wouldn't really ease Itachi's consciousness because the entire clan died on that day, but the symbolic weight of him having killed the Uchiha clan is lost. Now, you could say that it was Itachi's idea to go after Obito and ask him to destroy the Uchiha clan, and therefore Itachi is still to be blamed for the deaths of the Uchihas there, and that's true, but still, Obito having killed the Uchihas there diminishes the weight behind Itachi's actions. Itachi being the solo killer of his clan, slaughtering them down, ending almost the lineage of the Uchiha clan was such a profound and dark event in the Naruto world that saying that someone else participated in it, it just kind of makes no sense. Why would you even do that? Now, of course, Itachi went to Obito and asked him to do that because he wanted to protect the Leaf Village. So by making that deal, okay, you help me out with the Uchiha clan thing, and then you don't touch Leaf Village again, he was killing two birds with one stone, which is pretty smart. Itachi was a smart guy, duh. He was making sure he would be able to destroy the Uchiha clan because that was his mission, and also protecting the Leaf at the same time from this mysterious threat that lurked around the Leaf Village for whatever reason that Itachi didn't really know, but he knew he was around. And that's because when Itachi was again in with his team, he actually encountered Obito during one of his missions and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't a light novel, but anyways. Even if you call Itachi's move here brilliant because he was intelligent, it still diminishes the weight of his actions as he shares the blame with Obito. Now, you could also say that having Obito kill the Uchiha clan is pretty interesting too, because Obito would then share this burden. But in this point of the story, Obito didn't really care that much about that type of thing anymore because he was literally slaughtering Leaf villagers when he attacked with the Nine Tails. I mean, he killed a lot of people on that day. And yes, they weren't his clanmates, but it was something as heavy as slaughtering the clan, because more people probably died on that day. Also, his own sensei and his wife died on that day, so it wasn't exactly something that carried no consequence for Obito's character there. He definitely remembers that day very well, and Obito barely had any connections with the Uchiha clan in the first place. He was a black sheep. The clan didn't really care about him, and he didn't really seem to care all that much about the Uchiha clan. Now, sure, he was proud of the Sharingan, but by that point in the story, Obito really had no connection to the Uchiha clan anymore. Him invading the Leaf Village and slaughtering the Uchiha police was just another Wednesday for Obito. And speaking of which, yes, Obito killed the Uchiha clan police, the most skilled members of the clan with the exception of Fugaku. And meanwhile, Itachi took care of the elderly and, well, the not-so-skilled Uchihas that were in the Uchiha district, so Itachi was actually doing the easy job in terms of the power that was required. Of course, killing his parents was terrible psychologically, but still, they didn't even try to fight him. They just accepted Itachi's decision, and his dad said, "I'm proud of you, even though we have different philosophies, just protect Sasuke," all that good stuff. And suddenly, when you realize that Obito actually took care of the most powerful opponents, Itachi had to barely do anything. Itachi's feat on that day, that legendary dark feat, seems much less impressive. I still remember the first time Itachi showed up in the story, when the Jonins of the Leaf Village were absolutely terrified of him. Kakashi was saying he was an Ambu leader at the age of 13. This guy is no joke. He's absolutely insane. And then we find out he was able to kill his entire clan by himself. This just gave the character this air of invincibility responsibility and mystique, which made the character so unapologetically cool. But now, Obito actually helped him out. First, he killed the entire Uchiha police, which were the most difficult opponents, meaning that Itachi's feat there isn't as impressive, and, well, everybody that hyped him up in universe was kinda wrong about him. Well, of course, everybody was wrong because Itachi was doing this for the Leaf Village. Everyone thought Itachi was doing this for himself because he was an absolute menace to society, but they shouldn't be wrong about Itachi's power. Now, this doesn't mean Itachi is weak because he didn't take on the entire clan at the same time. Obviously, Itachi is very strong, and we see that time and time again during this story. But imagine you're, for instance, playing a tabletop RPG or something like that, and you create your own character. Now, you decide to go really edgy with your character backstory, and you say that you had to slaughter your entire royal family because of squabbles in your kingdom, and you wanted to save your kingdom. The only way to do that was by slaughtering your family, and this is the backstory of your character throughout the entire campaign. You roleplay your character, just like thinking about this every time. Every single decision you make is based off that event in your backstory, and it's completely integral to your character. How would you feel if your game master decided to introduce another character from your family, you know, a distant relative or something like that, that actually helped you out on that day, and he was the responsible for most of the difficult deaths and the most impressive feats? It would be extremely disappointing for you as a player. It would probably diminish your investment on your own character, which is not something you want in a story like this. And then when we go to Itachi's story, it's exactly the same thing, but of course not a tabletop RPG. But that's the sense we get when we find out Itachi had helped to kill the Uchihas. Why would you even do that? Imagine if, when Obito attacked the Leaf Village with the Nine Tails, we found out, oh, actually, Obito was having help from Nagato all along, and that's why the attack in the Leaf Village was so destructive. That was Obito's character moment. It was his time to shine in the story, and somebody sharing that weight with him would make absolutely no sense. Like, imagine Nagato invading the Leaf Village with Obito there. Hypothetically, of course, because this would be absolutely stupid. Nagato had barely any connections to the Leaf Village. The only connection he had there really was Jiraiya, and Jiraiya wasn't even present for the Nine Tails attack, so he wouldn't know anybody that he was attacking. It's the same thing with Obito, really. He barely knew his clan members. He was not invested in the Uchiha clan, and still he goes ahead just to steal Itachi's spotlight there, and he gets some kills. He even kills Itachi's girlfriend, which, man, why wouldn't you give that to Itachi? Why the guy that doesn't know the girl kills her instead of Itachi, who has a relationship with her? Now, of course, this is all filler, and we get to see in the light novel that Itachi actually kills the girlfriend and puts her in the infinite Tsukuyomi of the pick-a-second feat. Everybody talks about that in the fan. It's annoying. I don't know which one is worse, to be honest. This power fantasy Itachi of the light novels, or just Itachi not having anything to do with his girlfriend's death during the Uchiha Clan Massacre. But canonically, we know Itachi had a girlfriend because when Obito is talking to Sasuke about Itachi's real intentions and why Itachi did everything, he mentions he could kill his parents, his family, his girlfriend, but not you, Sasuke. So yeah, Itachi did have a girlfriend in canon in Kishimoto's mind. Still, the only way this could have worked with Obito helping Itachi was if Kishimoto was trying to paint Itachi as less capable than he is, or if he was trying to paint Itachi as a coward that was trying to run away from his responsibilities, which clearly wasn't the case. Itachi went for it full force. Now, if you want to come up with other excuses in universe, oh, Itachi wasn't strong enough to take on the Uchiha police, why not? Just make him strong enough. He was definitely strong enough to do that. He had the Mangekyo Sharingan. Nobody else had that, except for Fugaku in that one filler episode where he shows Itachi the Mangekyo, but we don't even know what Fugaku could do with the Mangekyo, and Fugaku doesn't even fight Itachi, so it's irrelevant. The other Uchihas wouldn't have the Mangekyo anyway, so Itachi could steamroll them, especially considering that Itachi was going through so much mental anguish that his Mangekyo Sharingan powers would be evolving like crazy during that night. Just look at how Sasuke's Sharingan, you know, his Mangekyo powers, were evolving during the 5 Kage Summit. He was able to evolve his Susanoo from just a basic ribcage to the completed armored Susanoo in a day. Imagine Itachi killing his entire family, his parents, everyone. It would have been much more than that, I would assume. Now, of course, he wouldn't need to spam spam his abilities as much as Sasuke because Sasuke was fighting multiple Kage level opponents, literal Kages actually, and Itachi would be fighting strong opponents, but not as strong as Sasuke was. But still, just make Itachi strong enough to deal with them. This was the implication ever since the beginning of the series, so why would you even change it afterwards? It just makes Itachi's decision there and his actions feel less impactful for Itachi as a character and for the story as a whole as well. Then again, this is just me getting very upset over a minor plot point in the Naruto story, which does infuriate me. But, well, in the end of the day, Itachi's story is great, the plot twist is great, and mostly his entire trajectory in the series is very well done. I just wish from the bottom of my heart that Itachi had killed his entire family. This sounds really awful when you say it out loud. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and like this video to help me out with the algorithm so more people can watch my videos. Also, watch this other video right here for more entertaining Naruto content, and thank you so much for watching.